want to talk about the China virus. I know I've done it a few times, but I implore you to go to CDC.GOV. There's a search bar. Just search total deaths, United States, all causes for 2020. We are on pace, the year's almost over, to have less total deaths in 2020 from all causes than 2019. I believe 2018 as well. Now, our country's been, quote unquote, ravaged by a deadly pandemic. Almost completely ruined the private sector for this deadly pandemic. So this 270,000 or whatever it is deaths that are being attributed to COVID right now. If you go to CDC.gov and search for total deaths, all causes in the United States, there's this special column for COVID. And it gives you that 270,000 number. But it also says, in black and white, that all COVID deaths column also includes pneumonia, common cold, and influenza. Okay, so all of these people that have died from pneumonia or the flu or cold are all in this 270,000 COVID deaths. It's a complete farce. It's a trick. They've tricked everybody. I'm not saying COVID doesn't exist. Sure, it exists. It's a virus, just like the other ones. But we cannot ruin our economy for this. Guys like Anthony Fauci, career bureaucrats, he's been there 50-something years almost. He has no idea what it's like to run a business, to create jobs. He tells you it's inconvenient to close your business. It's inconvenient to not have Christmas. It's inconvenient not to have Thanksgiving. It's inconvenient for your child not to sit on Santa's lap. It's inconvenient for your child to wear a mask in school. It's inconvenient for your child to look at his teacher, maybe the most influential person in your child's life, depending on their age, aside from their parents. It's inconvenient for them to look at this teacher with a mask and a face shield on, looking like a cartoon character. This, guys like Anthony Fauci and others, these blue state governors, some red state ones too, they've created this totalitarian mindset that is given the people who inherently wanted to run around and boss people around, this has given them the green light to have that totalitarian mindset too. The mask shaming. The people who tell you you're a terrible person because you're not taking COVID seriously. We should be taking it as seriously as we take other viruses. Protect vulnerable people. Protect the elderly. Protect people with cancer. Protect people that would get sick, seriously ill, if they got a common cold, the same way we always have. This is given a green light forever, for every flu season, every cold season, to shut down businesses, for everybody to wear a mask, and for people to be mean to each other. We've set a precedent now with this. We've developed a vaccine in record time. But what do they say? It's a round of 2 shots, and now there's doctors coming out saying, well, even after you get both rounds of shots, you still need to wear a mask, you still need a social distance, we still need to keep the economy shut down, because you could potentially still spread the virus. So what are we doing? It's a big show. It's turned into, COVID has turned into a political weapon. And the left is using it for everything. Now, The conspiratorial mindset will say, well, maybe this thing was just created to unleash on the world, to usher in the Great Reset, to get these mail-in ballots done. Because listen, Trump is influential internationally. It's not just in the United States. Every foreign leader wants him gone because he's not playing by their rules. So these people, these Democrats, and even people on the right that are bowing down to this COVID stuff, they're allowing government employees to come in and shut their business down. Those government employees are still getting paid. They're sitting there in your face telling you need to shut down while they're getting paid. So maybe you've been dipping into your savings this entire COVID thing to get by, to pay your employees. Maybe you've lost your job. You've had to cash in an IRA. You've had to cash in on your 401k. You've had to sell stuff just to put food on the table. These politicians who are ordering you to do that, not only are they still getting paid, their savings are increasing. They're still getting contributions to their retirement funds from us, the taxpayer. And we're just allowing this based on a virus that is not going to kill you. If you got a cold, if a cold would have killed you in your current state, COVID will kill you. That's the end of it. That's the short and long of it. That's the whole thing right there. If that was not the case, they would not have to combine all the COVID deaths with pneumonia, flu, and influenza. If it was so serious, if we had this deadly pandemic, our total deaths for the United States would increase over last year. You have to go look at this information. You cannot trust the media. Go to CDC.GOV and look at this information. You cannot allow government bureaucrats to tell you how to operate your life using this state of emergency cover that they have. It's nonsense. This is a country for the people and by the people. It's not by the government bureaucrats to tell you that your child cannot play soccer this year. Or if he or she does, they need to run around outside with their friends with a diaper on their face. You have to push back against this. If the government would not have intervened and not told everybody to put a mask on your face, people would have done it out of the goodness of their heart. But it's the American spirit should be telling you, oh, the government told me to do something, I'm not doing it. People have compassion. People care. People are intelligent. People can look at information and operate their lives accordingly. It's when the government intervenes and tells you how to do it, is when your American spirit, your rebellious spirit that created the greatest nation this world has ever seen by rebelling against tyranny, that spirit within you that you've inherited from your ancestors should kick in and say no. And to these people that are running around shaming other people for not taking this seriously, or for not wearing a mask, or for having too many people in their business, you should be the ones getting shamed. You should be the ones getting called out on social media. You're the ones that the regular media should be calling out as little tyrants, running around telling people what to do. That's not what we do in this country. We have individual responsibility to operate our own and our family's life. It's not the government's job to keep you healthy. It's the government's job to accumulate information, give it to you, and then it's up to you how to live your life. Anybody begging for more government or bigger government or more government intervention is totally naive to the history of governments forever. There's never been a government that, when it was given more power, did not screw it up and did not screw the people. Why is now going to be any different? Oh, because Joe Biden, the career 50-year corrupt politician that sold out to China, says he cares about you? He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about white people. He doesn't care about brown people. He doesn't care about black people. Joe Biden cares about Joe Biden. You understand that? I hope you understand. If you voted for Joe Biden, if you're voting for this more government, this bigger government, these lockdowns, these masks, these forced vaccines, you are voting for your own demise and your children's demise. It's up to you how to live your life, not the government. And they've weaponized COVID. And all the government employees, they're getting paid more and more. They don't get laid off. They don't take pay cuts. They don't stop contributions to their retirement funds. And that comes out of your pocket. You're dipping into your savings while the government's savings are getting bigger. We get a $1 trillion COVID bill, for relief passed. And half of it's going to bail out blue cities who were in debt long before this virus even came upon our shores. If you're voting for all that, you're completely naive. You're not seeing anything. $1 trillion. That's such a big number you can't even comprehend how much money that is. Where's that coming from? There's not just a piggy bank there. That's coming from your future. That's coming from your children and your grandchildren's future. We're going to be paying that back for generations. For what? $1,000? Come on. Open up your business. Stop allowing the government to tell you what to do. If everybody would stand up right now and say, we're not doing this anymore, it would be over tomorrow. We have hospitals. The federal government has proven that they can help out any state that is in need of medical facilities. They did it in New York. They did it in California. We don't have a shortage of hospital beds. We don't have a shortage of medication. We don't have a shortage of equipment for medical facilities. Hospitals are designed to operate at capacity. It's a business. And if that capacity is met and the overflow is needed, the government is prepared to handle that. Stop freaking out because you see a story on the local news of some nurse that says she's tired. Everybody's tired, not just because of COVID, but because living life makes you tired. Turn off the mainstream media, turn off the fear porn, look at the actual numbers, CDC.GOV, and operate your life from there. Stop being scared of this. Protect yourself just like you would in any other way, and continue living your life. Our future is at stake, our children, our grandchildren. If you missed seeing your family this year because of a virus, you may not get to see them next year. You could die in a million other ways, and you missed out seeing your family because the media lied to you and you didn't go look at the information yourself. If there's any personal responsibility left in our souls and our spirit in this world, now's the time to use it and go look at the actual numbers. We got to get on with our lives. We can't be scared of this forever.